Om Asato Ma Satkamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. In our collective journey, let's go from untruth to the truth. Let's go from darkness to the light, from death to immortality, and let there be peace everywhere. With this wonderful intention, I'd like to invite some of the kids to come in, like the lab. We'll be starting with a Ganesha prayer. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the kickoff function of the 10 Youth Excellence Center. We're going through a lot of technical logistics. So welcome everybody to the inaugural event of the 10 Youth Excellence Center. I'm so thrilled to have so many of you join here live at our YEC, and also so many of you on the Zoom. And I would like to start today's event with a salutation to Maharishi Patanjali. Sage Patanjali composed the Yoga Sutra knowledge for all of us to be in the eternal joy. So let's begin with the salutations to Maharishi Patanjali. Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacha Malam Shariram Cha Vaidyakena Vyopakarotam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalin Pranjaliranatosmi. Saint Patanjali is credited to giving us the three domains of knowledge. The one, yoga to tranquil our turbulent mind, and also for the Ayurveda is also be known to be credited to Maharishi Patanjali, Malam Shariram Cha Vaidyakena, to keep our body in a healthy situation. And also Patanjali composed grammar for Sanskrit. For that says Maharishi Patanjali, we offer our salutations. That's the intent of that meeting. And then in my spiritual world, Adi Shankara played a bigger role. Let me start with offering my salutation to Adi Shankara by chanting the Pratasmarana Stotra. Pratasmarami Hridi Samskrita Atma Tattvam Satchit Sukham Paramahamsa Gatim Turiyam Yasvapna Jagara Sushuptim Amaiti Nityam Tat Brahma Nishkalam Aham Nacha Bhuta Sangaha Prakarpajami Manasa Vachasamanamyam Vacho Vibanti Nikilaya Danugrahena Yam Neti Neti Vachanai Nigama Vochu Stamdeva Devamajam Achyutam Ahurakriyam Pratharnamami Tamasah Paramarkavarnam Purvam Sanatana Padam Purushotamakyam Yasminidam Jagadasesham Aseshamurtam Rajva Bhujangaviva Pratibhasitam Vaye. Shankara, in those three verses, summarized the entire essence of Vedas and Upanishads. What it says is, Nachabhuta Sangaha. We don't identify ourselves with the body or the mind, but we are all nothing but the infinite Brahman, also known as the Triune. And the Youth Excellence Center is all about realizing that oneness, the infinite, the potential amongst all of us. So with that, I'm super thrilled to have my close friends and my family, the Gopi and the Kiran, to start today's function with an opening song.
Namaskaram, everybody. A very good evening. We are excited and thrilled to be part of this great launch of Youth Excellence Center Rishikesh. And we would like to start with a small bhajan. Shambho, Shiva Shambho, Swayambho. Shambho, Shiva Shambho, Swayambho. Shiva Shambho, Swayambho. Shiva Shambho, Swayambho. Shiva Shambho, Swayambho.
Good job to the performers. Now we have the ode to Adiyogi and the safe Patanjali in the form of a yoga dance folk performance.
Is
there a sound? Is there TV?
Oh.
right.
Sahasrani samvatsara Sahasrani samvatsara purvam Narajnanam Dharanaya Samatpitam Adiyodiratham Saptashikro Bodhinam Adiseshtam Vidam Vishalam Vignanam Adiyoginam Pranamamyaham Adiyoginam Pranamamyaham Adiyogin Namastubhyam Prasidha Yogeshwara Jannavarnonam Krita Mahakaya Namostute Adiyogin Namastubhyam Prasidha Yogeshwara Jannavarnonam Krita Mahakaya Namostute Jnanashandha-visharuಢam prachandam Vishveshwaram Jatarutam bhasmangam Adiyoginam Pranamamyaham Prithvitejoravangaya Vashekharamakashacha Mahabhuteshwaram Devam Adiyoginam Pranamamyaham Prithvitejoravangaya
recording and I am the sound that is.
This is one of my favorite songs from South of Asia. When I first listened to the song, I felt like we all need to dance like Shiva, the audio. And as the song says, this knowledge of yoga was revealed by audio himself to the Saptarishis for the universal well-being, so that we can all live in eternal joy. Unfortunately, today, yoga has become more of a physical practice, but the ultimate power of yoga is all about mind control, so that we can actually achieve the same power like the audio. And it's my pleasure and it's my honor to invite Sri Ramji. Sri Ramji, who is my guru, who really made me understand the essence of yoga with his blessings and teachings of Patanjali Yoga Sutra. I'm so thrilled to have Sri Ramji. Sri Ramji, you could share your wisdom, and particularly how one could attain the power of Samya.
Namaste, Sriniji.
Namaste, Sriniji.
Wow, that was such an amazing, beautiful demo. Truly, your practice embodies excellence, Sriniji. We are truly inspired by your continued, excellence in yoga and your leadership in yoga. And we are so fortunate and blessed. Are we audible?
Yes.
Perfect.
Now we can hear.
No, it's coming from the phone. No.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
Please tell me if you are here.
Thank you. And so we were just saying that the demo was such an inspiring performance of excellence. And basically, in order to achieve that much of excellence, it requires behind the scenes so many years and years of practice. And truly, Viniji, we are blessed and very fortunate to have you as our partner in yoga and learn and grow together in the path of yoga. So we're very blessed. So Sriniji asked us to talk a little bit about excellence because I remember in one of the Yoga Sutra sessions, so when we were talking about Maharishi Patanjali's definition of samyama or mind control, samyama, and we were talking about how that relates to excellence. And maybe I'll just take a couple of minutes on that because Sriniji looks like he's so inspired by the concept of samyama and what Patanjali's teaching has evoked. And it's inspiring to see the word excellence in the title of the center, Youth Excellence Center. So this is really amazing. So one of the teachings of Maharishi Patanjali is that whatever field of endeavor we pursue, in order to achieve excellence in that, it requires only one key or only one skill, regardless of what we do, whether we are pursuing science or art or technology or whether we are in the medical field, whatever we choose to do to excel in that, there's only one key we need, which is samyama. And samyama is basically a combination, trayam ekatra samyamaha, combination of three things. One is the power of mind to focus. Second is dhyanam, which is the power of mind to be in a space of tranquility. And the third is samadhi, which is the power of mind to be in equilibrium at all times. And when all three come together, and when they are concurrently present in the same moment, then samyama unfolds. And in order to evoke any siddhi or excellence, the only state of mind we need is samyama. So thank you, Sriniji, for giving us the opportunity to be with you in this very beautiful moment. And it's such a big day. We are so happy for you, Sriniji. And this is such an amazing gift to humanity. And we hope to visit the center in person. And we so look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you, Sriniji. Over to you.
Thanks. Your blessings. Ekaji.
She's not able to hear.
Ekaji.
Can it hear now? Wait.
Ekaji, can you hear me?
Yes.
Ekaji, pranam. I would love to see you share some blessings. Few words.
Yes, so I'm so grateful and so excited for the this wonderful opportunity for younger adults and for you to have a center. And I feel that younger generation truly will benefit from the wisdom of yoga, especially in such a fast-paced world. So I cannot express more gratitude and praying for best wishes for your center to help and uplift community and particularly younger people who are the future of this planet, and for them to love themselves, to be aligned with the energies of this world, and just to be better human beings. What more than that? So thank you, Sriniji, and all the best to the center and to you and your family. Namaste.
Sriniji, I think you're on mute.
Is that I get to play with them, I get to spend some time with them, and I look up to them. And they both of them are doing so much of selfless service to spreading the message of unity and excellence using yoga as the primary mechanism. Pranam Mahasham Jayanekaji. What I want to do today, what I want to do now is to share a few thoughts, the impetus behind this Youth Excellence Center. I want to share some of those reflections, and then we move on to the regular program. Can you all see my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
We need to make the center something.
Make you the presenter.
Now?
Can you see?
Now, are you sharing?
Yeah.
Wait, maybe it's this one.
Can you see screen?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent.
Wait, not yet. Not yet.
So the why Youth Excellence Center? For many of us at different stages in our life, we ask some of these existential questions. Who am I? Where am I? Why am I here? And what do I do about it? And in fact, if you look at Bhagavad Gita, the first sloka of the Bhagavad Gita, one of the spiritual texts, is all about answering this question. It starts with karma, Kshetre, and the sloka goes and ends with Kim Gurva Sanjaya. We are all
Okay, wait, just stop sharing. Okay, now pull up the PowerPoint. Now. Pull up the PowerPoint. Get the PowerPoint up. Oh.
I think what's happening is I think that anyone with that still with Sri Ramji. I think that was. No?
Yeah, you try to share.
No. I think let's continue with the talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, very quickly. We often ask the questions about who am I, where am I, why am I here, and what do I do about it? And this is essentially the essence of Bhagavad Gita's first question. And what I learned in my life is we're often asking smaller questions, the questions of trivial value. And at some point, the gurus like Sri Ramji and Ekaji and many of you who actually allowed me to ask the real questions, like what am I about to do? And then when we started looking at all the things around us, the setting right now in the world, the there are two fields. One is within our body and the mind, and then the surroundings around. The one insight that we all have is that our minds have become the weakest link. In today, we all are being bombarded from living in this world, as Shirley calls us, weapons of mass destruction. Our minds have become the weakest link. And then the second problem statement or the setting here is there is tremendous inequality and divisiveness. People are compartmentalized. People are compartmentalized based on race and all the different labels that we have. So based on those two things, we now realize that our vision and our mission is to fostering excellence in social entrepreneurship. So where the minds have become weakest links, we want to make sure that our minds become our the greatest asset. And that's what we talked about, the power of samyama, the ultimate power where with the total control of the mind, we can pretty much achieve anything that we want, whether it's in the field of science, whether it's in the field of spirituality, whether it's in the field of arts, whatever the field that we so choose, we can actually pursue excellence. And that's the essence of yoga. And then the second thing is growing inequality and divisiveness. We truly believe that only entrepreneurs, people with disruptive power, people that are going to be change agents, they are capable in disrupting this so many unfair status quo. Today I call them as unfair status quo, whether it is economic or social conditions, or even things like climate control. So what we need is entrepreneurs, the change agents, to actually restore this equality and to restore balance in this unfair status quo. And that's how we can actually pursue oneness, that we can all pursue the universal well-being. So the vision and mission behind this Youth Excellence Center is about how do we achieve that total control of the mind so that we can pursue excellence. And then we're going to target that excellence for socially inclusive causes so that we can actually fix the inequalities in the business. And ultimately, it's all about youth. And youth is not about age. Youth is a feeling. Youth is an experience. And in the Vedas, that youth is known as Tattva-masi. You are nothing but the infinite potential. With yoga and the combination of these skills, we all have the opportunity to be that infinite. So for that, I'm going to quickly talk about the setting and what we are planning on doing. And then towards the end, I'll have an opportunity to have Q&A and share some of our plans about how we plan to go about executing this. So we started looking at excellence in social entrepreneurship. From my experience in my journey, I believe that this is achieved through a triangulation of three pillars. One, start with technology and entrepreneurship. I think we have to use technology, the digital technology, the right technology, and the entrepreneurship with the right business plans to actually change this unfair status quo. And the second pillar in this equation, in this puzzle, is the yoga and the spirituality. And that entrepreneurship needs to be rooted in the right universal human values. In the yoga philosophy, we call them as yamas and niyamas. Things like non-violence, inclusiveness, to be more inclusive, to look for the overall well-being, not just about optimizing gains for yourself and your own ego. And then also having some kind of self-discipline, things like cleanliness, being content, putting hard work, and then always that hard work needs to be measured by the self-study. And then ultimately being entitled, not entitled to outcomes, to be able to surrender the outcomes, but only be entitled to the hard work. When we started learning about this different dimensions of yoga, and also compared it with other business frameworks like our UX growth mindset, or you call this the flow theory, they directly map to the same yogic principles or the spiritual principles. That reminds me to believe that Ekam Sat Viprabha Buddha. The truth is one, the recipe is the same. It's just that different people perceive it and say it in different frameworks. So we have all these frameworks that are available for us to pursue excellence in entrepreneurship, to root it in the right universal human life. And then the third pillar in this triangle is sharing. Ultimately, we are here to share, learn and share. And some of us, we actually call this as non-profits and giving. To me, giving is actually sometimes referred to that as something that boosts our ego. We are only here to share what we have. There is nothing that belongs to us. Whatever we have, we are here to share with others. So this triangulation of technology and entrepreneurship with the right universal human values, and it's all about sharing, this together form the essence of the YEC. And the 10 is also a concept that's rooted in Advaita. This is like, unless we start becoming zero with our body and the mind, where it's not about always satisfying our own needs. Then once we start becoming zero, then we have the potential to become infinite. And again, this is the triangulation. So there are so many of us that have enriched all of us in this journey. So the program is organized as that we have the cross-section is about the different people that I travel with who've actually invested in me in this yoga journey. And then we will move on to the second one where it's all about sharing. We have the leaders, financial leaders from Pure Online, Ekam USA, and other nonprofit organizations to share their reflections and to inspire us. And then we're going to move on to the third section, which is about the entrepreneurship, the social entrepreneurship. So with that, Shruti, you want to kick off the yoga program?
Yes. So up next, we have a yoga performance by Shailesh Pasani's team. Please give a good welcome to them.
Yeah, namaste. Can everybody from our team start your video, please? Okay. Yeah, Sumant. Hemant ji. Okay. Okay, just give me 1 second. We'll get started. Okay. Can you all hear the audio? Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you. So let's get started, everybody. Standing position. Yeah, just 1 second. Let's start. Okay, I'm starting it. 1 second.
1. Two. 3. Left leg. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Left leg. 9. 10. Namaste. Halfway. Hands to feet. Pause. Right leg. Warrior. 8 limbs. Cobra. Down dog. Pause. Right leg. Warrior. Warrior 1. Warrior 3. Pause. Hands to feet. Halfway. Namaste. Half fail. Hands to feet. Horse, left leg. Pigeon. Sleeping pigeon. Flying pigeon. Horse. Plank. Eight limbs. Cobra. Down dog. Horse, left leg. Pigeon. Sleeping pigeon. Flying pigeon. Horse. Hands to feet. Half wheel. Namaste. Goddess. Garland. Lotus. Namaste.
Okay, thank you everybody. So again, thank you, Sriniji, for giving this opportunity to us today. Yeah, just give me 1 second. Yeah, it's amazing the technical difficulties, but definitely we all made it through, right? After practicing for a couple of times, I just wanted to. Can Aravind VVK mute, please? Don't mind. Aravind ji, can you mute? Okay, thank you. Yeah, so I just wanted to call out our team members who kind of spend time and practice this with us, especially like I said, doing this online was not easy. Okay, Purnima ji, thank you. Seema ji and Rao Garu, Rao Parasa, thank you. Ramya ji, yeah, okay. Thank you. Naveen ji and Swati ji, yeah, thank you. Pratyusha ji, Pratyusha didn't join, okay. Sumant and Kirtana, okay, there. Hemant ji, okay, good. And Karthik, I think, Karthik, do you have a video on? Okay, I don't see you, but okay. Yeah, so did I miss anybody? I think Rajendra ji, okay, sorry, yeah, thank you. Okay, good, yeah. So again, I'm just wanted to share a couple of words. Again, this is a really happy occasion for me and many of us. We go back many years. Myself, Raju, and Sriniji, we call GS, right? Many years. We go back from the college. So I'm very happy to see this occasion today. Especially, a lot of us have passions, but to follow the passions with so much um, ferocity, if you will, right? Sriniji has done that over years. Again, if I go back and take a look at, there were so many difficult situations like 2007, 2008 time frame where he almost had back surgery, and 2017-18 time frame where he was really in difficult time. So the resilience that with which Sriniji came back and followed his passion, and that's still truly amazing and truly very inspiring, right? As you can see that today's youth have a lot of stress, and this youth excellence center is much needed to make sure that we can handle this youth. The youth can handle the stress levels that they're going through high school, college, and so on. And a lot of us have teenagers and folks who are going to college, so you can attest to that. And I'm very happy to see Sriniji's primary focus is on youth, where there is so much need out there, right? So I'll just share one Yoga Sutra. Sri Ramji beautifully mentioned earlier, Trayam Ekatra Sayyamaha. So that is a very beautiful sutra that Sri Ramji shared today, and Sriniji embraced that. The other sutra I wanted to just share in this context is Tat Pratishedhartam Ekatattva Abhyasaha. So Ekatattva Abhyasaha. So following one principle or one doctrine to the extent so much deeper way, and take it to the highest levels, right? That's what Sriniji is doing here. He's following Patanjali, he's following yoga as Ekatattva Abhyasaha. And from all our team here, whoever joined today, I wish you all the best, and I'm sure we'll be an integral part of your journey. Wish you all the best, and thank you very much for the opportunity for our entire team today. Thank you.
Hello?
Been a great friend and all. And my best wisdom is my best fortune is that my best friends have become my gurus. They travel with me, they take care of me, and then they also share with me the wisdom that I need when I need it. So that's my greatest fortune. Thank you so much for a wonderful performance. And And as you were talking about the Ekadatvapyasa, I was actually referring to a poster that I have from Vivekananda, and it reads something like this. Take up one idea, make that one idea your life. Think of it, dream of it, live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea. And just leave every other idea alone. This is the way to success. And those are the precious words of Swami Vivekananda. And Patanjali actually said, as Shali said, Tat Pratishedaptam Ekadatvapyasa. Most of the time we live in the periphery. We don't know, even when you're eating, we just love the food. We don't understand the food. We don't smell. We don't understand the structure. We don't know. We don't take time to seek the divine, infinite experience in everything that we do. And that's what Swami Vivekananda said. Be one with that one passion that you have and go deep. And today we are going to hear so many of these leaders, the non-profits, the entrepreneurs, all of them own that one idea. And in the part two, we're going to hear from Dr. Neil Marathi and Shaila Kaluri, who also started non-profit organization and who really own that one idea and took it to the next level. And that's the secret to success. So, Shalish, thank you so much for sharing that. And let's quickly move on to GTS, and we'll move on to Vamshi sir. Vamshi sir, are you there? We were seeing you earlier, but
Yes,
we
sir.
can see you now.
Yes.
Can you? Oh, okay, perfect. So here is Vamshi sir. Vamshi sir has traveled with me for the past 2-3 years. And in my partnership with Pure Online, we started introducing yoga programs in India. In 2019, we trained about 250 kids in 2 schools, one in Pantili and Dharmasagar. Let Vamshi sir talk about it. And with the COVID, in 2020, we had a goal to expand it to about 1,000 students. But then the COVID happened, and then in my partnership with Pure Online and Shaila, we started reinventing our programs into more of a virtual side. And we've been conducting a 15-day programs, and we so far did about 5 camps. So, Vamshi sir, all to you with your demonstrations and take the stage. I'm so blessed to have you here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for involving me in this great event. So, first of all, Vishnu, are you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Yes. Then start the video. Then start the live performance of VVK students.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, play.
Om Vipraya Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Bharave Namaha. Om Bhavaya Namaha. Om Purnaya Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Om Maricaya Namaha. Om Adityaya Namaha. Om Savitraya Namaha. Om Arhamaya Namaha. Om Hasta
Thank you, Vishnu. Thank you very much. Okay. Now I would like to share our previous programs.
The volume, performance volume రావట్లేదు. Do you want to talk over it? Do you want to say a few things? The performance is with us.
లేదు సార్, అక్కడ క్లోజ్ చేసామండి వాయిస్.
ఇప్పుడు మాట్లాడండి మంచిగా మీరు అన్మ్యూట్ చేసి మాట్లాడండి. So, apologies for the online difficulties on Zoom. Vamshi garu, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Good matter.
Okay, sir. I would like to share some of my views and namaste to all. I am so happy to meet all of you on this auspicious occasion today. I am also proud to be a part of this Youth Excellence Center inauguration. I got acquainted with Srinivas sir on a happy day almost 2 years ago. I have been learning many things from him from time to time since then. I am always indebted to Srini Garu for involving me in things I am not familiar with, giving me complete freedom and awakening skills unknown to myself as a good yoga teacher and making me a fully person. No matter how small the task, he greatly encouraged you and motivated to make the task more effective. I don't know when the concept of this Youth Excellence Center was conceived by conceived, but everyone who is acquainted with him and sowing the seeds of the characteristics of this Youth Excellence Center and monitoring them very carefully so that they grow properly. And Pure Online will arrange us the moment they ask we ask them if we want it. I keep motivating myself from time to time by looking at their volunteers. It is the gift of God to make contact with great people like you. Then thank you to everyone who gave me this opportunity and listening to me. Jai Gurudev. Thank you very much. It's also
Vishnu garu, can you
Yes.
come on the video and then say a few words? What a wonderful performance that you've done. And Vamshi garu, thank you so much. You've been such a great partner. Whoever joined our programs in India, Vamshi garu wakes up every day. Classes in the camp start at morning 6 a.m. Every day it shows up like this. And also the two schools that you've been part of, you've been very dedicated in training it. We collaborate. I learned so many things. In fact, my yoga classes, the way I teach yoga classes, are also now inspired by Vamshi sir. So I actually use some of his techniques and way of training. Vishnu garu, I think what you've seen is a wonderful performance by the kids. It's actually from a Vishnu Viveka and the Kendriya Vidyalaya School in Warangal. And I met Vishnu ji in one of the yoga camps that we conducted recently. What I was fully inspired by is I have this concept of a youth excellence center. But what I realized is Vishnu in Warangal is already running a youth excellence center. He actually quit his job after his master's in engineering. All he's doing is he's actually spending most of his time in Warangal in imparting non-academic skills like public speaking, leadership, arts, and music. And that's what he committed his life to. So, and I recently had an opportunity to participate in their annual celebrations. So sometimes, what they say is, what you think it comes in front of you. So whatever I've been thinking, it's already been implemented by somebody that's from my hometown. And so Vishnu is my inspiration. And Vamshi sir, thank you for joining. So with this, let's move on to our keynote. Second Garu. Good evening, everybody.
From the front.
Good evening, everybody. I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Prakash Rao and Nalini Auntie today's evening subject on youth and harmony. Dr. Prakash Rao came to US in 1965, completed his PhD degree and worked in academia for 36 years before he retired in 2006. He's involved in religious and spiritual activities over 35 years. He was a founding member of Hindu Temple Society in Mississippi, served as the president from 1986 to 1991. Also participated in the construction of the temple in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Presently, Prakash Rao is the chairman of the Prayer Center, and he's been serving since 1993. And as per the instruction of Sri Ganapati Satyananda Swami, he is coordinated the construction of the Karisiddhi Hanuman Temple in Frisco. Many of you would have visited already. He has conducted several tours and lectured on various aspects of Hinduism, and also guided the students who visited the Karisiddhi Hanuman Temple in Frisco. In 2006, Global Hindu Heritage Foundation was started with an object to save temples in India and conducted related programs. He has been serving as the president of GHHF since its inception. He also coordinated the release of Devalayam and Devalayam Mandir in Hindi, and CDs were also released. Organized International Short Film Festival, conducted short documentary film festival, performed the Mahatma contributed to the Goshalas and temple innovations. And also, he has been responsible for conducting the Hindu Hanuman in Dalit communities in March of 2018. In 2020, DHH helped provide 10,205 meals to the first respondents in Dallas area. Provided 100,000 meals in needy during the COVID-19 time. Donated a lot of money as well as clothing to 145 artikas and trees in Vijayawada and also Krishna district, and distributed kashayam to 50,000 people in Vizag, and provided food to cows, monkeys, birds, and other animals in Anantapur area. Wapasi is another program which is favorite of his in Tirupati, Guntur, Vizag, Anantapur, Bhadrachalam, and Hyderabad. And the program has affected 4,000 families already. He has received many awards. And Sri Satyananda Ganapati Swamiji Avadhuta Dattapeetham awarded Vishwa Hindu title in December 2013. National Association of Telugu Society awarded the title Spiritual Seva Leader. Yokala Vahini conferred the Swami Vivekananda Excellence Award. Thana issued a Distinguished Service Award. And also Hindu Dharma Parikshana was invited into attend a Dharmic Sadhasa. Bharat TV also recognized him for his service of Hinduism, conferred as Dharma Premika Award also. And he has written several books, and maybe briefly I'll go to that. Marriage and Family and Women in India, Wonders of Holy Master, Volume 1 and 2, Wonders of Holy Master, Volume 3, God Word, Volume, and also Sadguru Tattvam, Narendra Modi and Search of Hindu Pride,
reviving Hinduism, ambushing Hinduism, Sadguru Tattvam also. And he has written hundreds of articles and published SaveTemples.org website also. Anybody can, who is interested also can visit SaveTemples.org. I have pleasure of inviting Dr. Prakash Rao.
We cannot hear you, sir. We are unable to hear right now.
The children, especially the kind of research that has been done. As you all know, Narendra Modi ji actually declared, or with the help of Narendra Modi ji, World Health Organization, UNESCO declared June 21st as International Day of Yoga. And at that time, so he mentioned basically his whole purpose is how to integrate all different countries. How do we bring some kind of unity? How do we bring some harmony? How do we live together? That is the basis of it. As you all know, Dr. Y.R. Nagendra, he is the one who is instrumental in getting this passage done by UNESCO. As you all know, he was also the guru of Narendra Modi. So as a result, so he has developed a lot of programs all across India. And I think I see Yogananda picture. He's the one who said, of all the things, controlling the mind is the most difficult. I mean, he gave so many examples. He says, you can probably run around with the cobra, live with the cobra. You can probably lift an elephant with one finger. And then you can also actually chase the lion and so many things. And then he says of all the things, and you can even go all the way to the sky and form the entire sky and then bring it actually putting in the pocket. So, but controlling the mind is more difficult than any of those things. So that's the reason we have to make sure that mind is at least controlled. So the second verse, Patanjali Yoga itself is the entire gist of yoga. Those are the 4 words. That's enough for us. If we can digest it and if we can learn something, how to cessation, how to achieve the cessation of the wavering of the mind. Wavering of the mind. In fact, Swami Vivekananda, so he says, as the reflection of the moon on the sea is broken or blurred by the waves, so is the reflection of the self broken by the mental waves. So mental waves are the ones that are actually affecting our mind. And then in terms of, there are many quotations. There is another one by Edwin Bryant, who said, we have to make sure that we are free from all modes of activities are discussed with us, and eventually attaining a state where consciousness is unaware. Consciousness is unaware of any object external to ourselves. So even if we are sitting here, if we are really into meditation, we should not even actually recognize any of it, which I'm not going to do it. You are all recognizing it because I cannot concentrate as much as you want. So Mayo Clinic, and then University of Wisconsin, and then NIH, Baltimore, all these great universities have done so much research on the effect of yoga in terms of the health, in terms of the concentration, in terms of the performance of the school, performance of the youth, performance of the high schools, and so on and so on. And recently, not recently, probably for the last 10 years, they also introduced what is called super brain yoga. And this is really a remarkable thing, which we used to do it, but we never used the word super brain. So we always called it Guji. So that's all we used to do. Whenever we made some mistake, so always teacher used to ask us to go and do Guji, that is basically squatting. The kind of research they have done on this one is enormous. So what is happening? So when you hold your earlobes and then squat, it automatically actually pulls. There is a way to do it. There are 6-7 steps where they do it, and the research is enormous on that one. How actually improve the brain, improve the neurons, and how the memory has improved, and how the school performance have improved, how the children became more disciplined, and they never listened to schools, so on and so on. I mean, we can give any number of research about the research that have been conducted on this one. And in fact, they say you will be able to face the turmoil of life with steadiness and maturity to actually practice yoga and meditation. And then Balakrishna and so many people have done research. In nutshell, yoga is a powerful medium for developing the personality of children and making them capable of facing the present day challenges and problems. Yoga schools, they also started what they call yoga schools. They help students improve resiliency, mood, and self-regulation, and so on and so on. And see, I prepared 7 pages. I struck off half of them, and then I will try to finish in the next 5 minutes. And you have yoga for social change, and so many organizations. It's unbelievable the kind of organizations and the number of schools that have started this super yoga. The preschools also, the students have shown improved academic and behavioral performance when yoga is introduced in the schools. The Association for School Yoga and Mindfulness, they have done a lot of research. They also came up with the same conclusions. If you look at all the 9, 8 limbs, first 5 are basically the external ones, where you can see what is happening. And whereas the other 3, which Srinu is more interested, see, those 3 are internal. So dhyana and dharana, dhyana and samadhi. Dharana is very important, concentration. We always try to figure out, we have done concentration, we have done meditation, and then we have absorbed ourselves into the Paramatma and all that. But you see, nobody would really know. Even the people who achieved that state, they cannot really talk about it, they cannot demonstrate it, they cannot teach us. We have to learn on our own as to how we can achieve that. Concentration is not such an easy thing. I'll just give you an example. I think there is one gentleman in India, in Andhra, we have this Ashtavadana. So this Ashtavadana, he was able to remember 5,000 questions and then compose on all 5,000. It took 42 days. So that is concentration. How he does it, we have no clue. And he told us how he does it, but it's not that easy for us to do it. Remembering 5,000 questions and then composing poems on it. And then I think Samyama. So Samyama is one of the things that Srini is talking about quite a bit. So these three combinations, fusion of concentration and then the meditation and then samadhi. These three actually constitute Samyama. And it is not an easy thing to reach that particular state. It takes years and years, and probably many of us may not even reach, even only highly elevated people, probably not even 1 in a million, will be able to achieve that. Not only you have to achieve that level, to what extent the samyama and the concentration, meditation, all these things would be reflected in our behavior. Unless they are reflected in our behavior, there is no use in doing all these things for years and years. And if we cannot exhibit in our behavior, in our manners, in our talking, in our associations with people. So that is the essence of this journey. Why we have to do it, not just only for our only selfish reasons. We have to be good citizens and we have to be propagate the actually social intervention. And two things. One is the individual level. So how we can achieve unity and harmony. And then the next one would be at the world level, or the universal level. If you look at the individual, so yama niyamas, they are the most important thing, first of all. Yoga helps us to become physically and mentally healthy. Without healthy individual, the healthy society is not possible. The healthy and transformed individual will build up healthy society without any discrimination of caste, so on and so on. So in fact, one always bears in mind that the moral values bring integrity, contentment, and peace and bliss, while immoral values bring confusion, conflict, miseries, and misfortune. So yoga indeed immerses a person into the essence of Satyam, Sundam, and Satyam, Sundaram, and Shiva. So that is the individual. Basically, we have to be at that level. And then at the world level, when our body, mind, and soul are healthy and harmonious, we will bring health and harmony in the world as well. Not by withdrawing from the world, but getting involved in it and trying to propagate it, irrespective of the religion, irrespective of the country. Whether we are Hindus or whatever religion that we may belong, so we are all humans, so we have to live together. We have to appreciate what others are doing as long as one does not get into the conflicts with other societies. Yet, afflictions of the body are the same, irrespective of your nation. Afflictions of mind are the same. Diseases and suffering, everything is same. And Patanjali, actually, this is a very good word. He describes yoga as Sarvabhauma. That means universal monarch. Yoga is universal monarch. There is no other thing who can compare to this monarch. And of course, I have so many quotations that I want to go into. One, Aurobindo, he says, yoga we practice is not for ourselves alone. Its aim is to work out the will of the divine in the world, to effect a spiritual transformation, and to bring down the divine nature and divine life into the mental, vital, and physical nature. Its object is not personal mukti or liberation, although mukti is necessary, but the liberation and transformation of the whole human beings. So that is the important thing. We have to make sure whatever we do, it is for the liberation of the entire world. So I think I should be through in a second. And Nagendra, who is the spiritual guru. So this is what it says about the importance of yoga for the universe. Yoga is a science of holistic living. It is its universal in its approach, applicable to all human beings, irrespective of sex, age, caste, creed, or religion. Anyone who wants to raise himself from the lowest levels to the highest levels of human achievement can only be benefited by yoga. So finally, Raja Yoga can play a major role in curing the social evils, thereby paving the way for healthy and harmonious society, transformational society. Thus, considering a universal application of yoga, we can say that the yoga is the need of the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Satyam Garu, for meeting Prakash for distinguished leader like Prakash Garu to come here and bless us. Thank you. And then when I talked to Prakash Garu and I asked him to talk about yoga for unity and harmony, with the detailed research that you've done, with all the gurus from Paramahansa Yogananda to Aurobindo and Vivekananda, and I learned so many new lessons. All it tells me is you're going to spend more time here at the Youth Excellence Center and sharing your wisdom to many of us. And Shruti,
Yes.
what did you just do? You ate a samosa, right?
I ate two.
I see. So for the people in Frisco, we are not only talking about the yoga, we are also doing some yoga. So Shruti just ate 2 samosas and all of us are sharing. So what goes well with samosas?
A lot of things go well with samosas.
What kind of program?
Singing.
Singing?
Goes well. Beautiful music performance goes amazing.
I see. So why don't you serve us some good music?
Yes.
So Naidosri from Toronto. So we have a special guest from Toronto. She's a professional singer. And I just met her, I think 2 days ago. But let's first listen to her singing and then I'll tell an interesting story about it.
Yeah.
Would you like me to start? No. Would you like me to start?
Give us 1 second. Can we
okay, sure.
mute the, yep, perfect. I think you can start now.
I can start?
Yes.
Okay, can you all hear me clearly? Okay.
start in the front.
Nairosi, what a
Yes.
wonderful performance. And I just couldn't believe it. It actually came. It came so picture perfect. And it's such a high quality sound and your background and everything and the way it came in. It's do you want to introduce yourself? Tell all of us who you are and your passion, and then I'll tell a little bit story about how we both met.
Okay, thank you. So oh, did you say to talk about myself or?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it was hard to understand. Yeah, so I'm a singer, obviously here in Toronto. I've been singing professionally for the last about 5 years. Before that, I learned Hindustani classical music from my Guruji, who you know, Sriniji Chandra Mohan Rao. So I know he's your Guruji as well, and he's amazing. So he was my guru for I think about 6 years, for a long time. So yeah, and I perform everywhere. I performed all over, the GTA here in Toronto and Canada, as well as the United States. And right now I do virtual programs on Zoom like this one, and I perform all over the world as well because it's virtual. So I'm able to do that. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me.
Some of you that know about me,
And I sing all sorts
recently
of
I
songs.
started
So I
just
sing
from today, I
prayers.
started pursuing learning about Hindustani classical music. The original preset was I just wanted to sing Bollywood songs a little bit better, and then I got introduced to Nairosi's guru, Chandra Mohan Rao. If you actually go to YouTube, there are a bunch of videos under the screen name Rao Vocals, and both Nairosi and our guru, they're doing so much surveys in pursuit of excellence. And there are so many ragas and bandesh, and all these are coded and it's available for free. Anybody could actually learn and pursue Hindustani classical. So when I started learning from Chandra Mohan Rao, and initially he said you only teach me sur for about 2 to 3 months and then get into Bollywood singing. The way he taught the Saregama and the sur. Now I don't want to sing Bollywood songs. I just want to get stuck in the sur. So Nairosi, I mean, I could see the pure joy and the pursuit of excellence and what we put in yoga is Samyama that you are pioneering. And I hope we get to listen to several more songs here around. After some of these talks, we would love to hear one more song if you're free.
Sure, that would be my pleasure. I can if you want. Yeah.
Let's switch gears. We've talked about the different the part one of the 3 pillars in our mission of the Youth Excellence Center. We talked about yoga and we saw the demonstrations from different people all around the world. Now let's move to the second pillar, which is the sharing. And it's my greatest privilege to be in my channel.
Yes.
Computer online and. Shaila Garu, thank you so much for being part of our journey together. So without me saying much, love for you to share your reflections.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Namaste. My name is Shaila Dalluri, and I want to thank a few people first. of course, thanks Srini and family for including me in this beautiful event. Had a lovely time so far, and I'm sure there's a lot in store for the evening. Thank you, Vamshi sir. Thanks for those kind words. I was telling somebody about the discipline. I get message every time you have a yoga session, and that seems to be every day. Amazing, amazing discipline, I have to say. And now coming to a few people that Srini talks about. I was very glad to see Shailesh again and Sriramji, who Srini talks about Sriramji quite often, very highly, and I feel lucky to have met you and everybody else here today. I'm coming to you, Srini. For somebody who claims to be the laziest person ever, this is quite an accomplishment. Every time I have a conversation with Srini, he always starts with how lazy he is. If this is what laziness looks like, if this, the 10-YEC, is what laziness can accomplish, I want to be lazy like you, Srini. Having said that, Pure, the journey of Pure started in 2016. Along the way, a few years back, we met Srini, the most amazing and the best friend of Pure. Very lucky to have met you, Srini, and thanks for the partnership in giving. Pure is all about education, people for urban and rural education. Along the way, we do look at education in many different ways, holistic education. We have always talked about sports, this and that. But when Pure Yoga was brought up, I was first puzzled. I mean, here I am now at the 10-YEC inauguration. And a few years back, I wondered why Srini had the 10 in his name. That's how yoga illiterate I am. And I did, of course, Google and learned a little bit and learned a lot along the way in my conversations with Srini. But when Pure Yoga was brought up, I was like, is this religious? We claim to be a secular organization and things like that. Then I started thinking, yoga has been embraced by everybody, most everybody outside of India. It is seen as something the best out there, right? Not just for your healthy lifestyle, but healthy mind as well. Why not? Why not bring it to the underprivileged, to the disadvantaged children? What's the thought, or probably what's the thought that Srini had in bringing that to the table? And there I was thinking, hey, is this going to be seen as something religious? I'm glad we had that conversation, Srini. And looking at all those pictures, I know I have seen those before, but looking at what Vamshi sir put together, really amazing. When people talk about healthy lifestyles and fitness and everything, it usually, healthy eating and things like that, it usually ends up being a very expensive thing. It is easy to go by a $1 menu, right? But here is yoga that a child can learn. All he or she or they need is just themselves. When I saw the yoga mats and things like that that were being displayed in yoga, in Vamshi sir's pictures, I remembered another conversation I had with Srini. I was like, don't we need to buy these kids yoga mats, this and that? And Srini goes in his own calm way, all they need is some kind of a sheet or a towel. That's all. And how true, right? How true. And again, one more time, and then I will go to something else. One more time, thank you, Srini. Thanks for bringing yoga close to those children out there. And I know the pandemic has kind of put a pause in a way on our scale-up plans, but I'm sure this year and the next, we'll see hundreds of schools embracing yoga. And thanks for that, especially with the stress and the competition, the strain that's put on these young minds, besides the burden of poverty that they already carry on their shoulders. Yoga is one solution, the best solution that we can bring to them to give them the peace that they need. Thanks again. We do a lot of pure, and one other thing that Srini, you probably nobody will be surprised here, is very much into STEM, right? Bringing STEM close to the kids, the underprivileged, the at-risk, the disadvantaged children that Pure works with. We say Khan Academy is something, again, a partnership with Srini, the 10 Gurapu, is have Pure embraced Khan Academy as well, brought it closer to the children. Today I was in a meeting talking about learning management systems, and when I said, hey, we need to maybe simplify or kind of make a Khan Academy light or iExcel light kind of a thing, bring it closer to the orphanages and schools. Again, it was the Khan Academy project that we partnered on that I remembered, and I actually shared with the team too. This has been an amazing journey, amazing journey of giving alongside Srini. When I was invited as a guest to this event, I'm like, yes, I'm a guest here, but when it is Pure, Srini is part of Pure, right? We cannot think of Pure without Srini Gurapu's name coming up at least once a week. I know you don't like to hear anybody praise you too much, Srini. You're very humble, but I have to share all this. Again, Pure's working in 8 countries now, almost all the islands in the Caribbean. We'll have Pure's footprint soon, and I hope to bring yoga to them as well. And that's right. I'm sitting here in Florida, so I'm like pointing it out there. This should not just be limited to, I mean, of course, yes, India takes priority, but I would love to bring yoga closer to those children in the Caribbean. We also work in Uganda and Ethiopia. Soon, if we can bring it there as well. These children are all disadvantaged, and it will really be our privilege to show them the yoga way. Thank you. Thanks for everything, Srini. I don't know which way to look, because I know you're all staring at the TV there, and thanks for including me. And everybody at Pure sends best wishes.
I think someday we will settle this debate about who is lazy and not, and I think we'll prove it. And you're going to tell me that I'm actually the most lazy too. But putting that aside, and for all of you, Shaila is one of the most inspiring leaders that I've met in my journey, in particular as Shanae referred to in the 2016 and 2017. I really had to question about who am I, what is my identity, and who's kind of my family. And sometimes in Bhagavad Gita, we call that as Vishada Yoga, right? And you have to reach the pinnacle of even exploring your own existence. And at that time, I met Shaila through Shailesh's brother, we call him as Bhushanana. And until that time, I was actually going through Miracle Foundation and some of the other nonprofits. But what I can say is, with Pure, I was able to actually discover my identity. And what Shaila and the team have connected me to for the high school kids, women in different parts of the world, different parts of India. And it doesn't matter what faith that everybody belongs to. And she and the Pure team gave me an opportunity to see myself, my identity, in connecting with so many people and seeing my joy in the joy of others. And that's the essence of yoga, that we are all one. You are not in happy in isolation. You're only happy when you see the joy of others. So I know that our association, the partnership, has many more things to do, and everything that you guys have seen in India, particularly pure yoga, it's all been expression through the pure platform. So I think there's more and more to it. Shaila, thank you so much for inspiring me and your rest of the crew, Hema Garu, Deepa Garu, Archana Garu, and the entire pure family, and what a network and the platform. I'm just beginning actually. Right now, it's just a seed. So let's see where it should be. Thank you so much, and we're talking to you. Neelima Reddy from Ekam USA, and Dr. Neelima is part of another very inspiring non-profit organization called Ekam USA. Neelima Garu.
Yes, Srinivas. Yeah, I thought there was another performance, but thank you. Can you all hear me okay? Yes. Yeah, thank you, everyone. I hope I'm clear. Thank you, Srinivas, for this opportunity. So nice to see all of this happening right now during COVID also, that you're able to pull off this virtual event. And just briefly about Ekam. So I'm the co-founder for Ekam USA. And started by Ekam Foundation was started by my classmate, Dr. Sai Lakshmi, who's a pediatrician. And in India, when she saw that children were not getting the medical treatment, because you know how it is in India with government hospitals, they don't have when you walk in, you get everything for free, but you don't get everything. So that's the problem. They may not have the necessary treatment like medicines or equipment or working equipment. And those are the things we saw when we trained in government hospitals in India. And she took that as a challenge to see how we can change this and support the government hospitals that are already existing without having to build a whole new system again. And that's where now we are working throughout the state of Tamil Nadu, supporting all the government hospitals, as well as because of COVID, we are able to expand the activities, supporting a lot of hospitals in Telangana and some hospitals in Andhra with the COVID supplies that they need to take care of patients, and as well as the community empowerment, trying to get people to have health awareness and take care of themselves to prevent disease. And I think like attracts like. So that's how I think Sai Lakshmi and Srini got connected. And I can see why now, because the holistic concept behind Ekam is oneness, where we all come together as one to help children in different ways. And we say it is holistic healthcare, expanding the whole, not just the physical body, but also mental and spiritual health, which is the definition by WHO, but that is also the definition of what yoga gives us. So it is beautiful how Srini is bringing this in the time when some of us may be ignoring yoga, and Americans and people are all over the world are actually realizing the importance of yoga. I think it's beautiful how he's bringing all this together and teaching young kids right from the beginning, both the philosophy behind it and the reasoning why they should learn it and why they should continue doing it, and encouraging and inspiring them is what is so unique about his approach. When he spoke to me about it, I was upfront. I said, we have a lot of youth ambassadors, but I don't know how many people will attend a yoga class, and which is probably what you see most of the time too. I can't get my kids or, sometimes myself to do it. But once you do it, you realize how good it is. And he said, yes, we have a system, we have a protocol where and how we get these kids, once they see it, they will be attracted to it. And he's proven his point today with all the demonstrations and everything that we have seen, that this is possible. And it's very inspiring and encouraging, Srini, to see this. So we can actually show these kind of things to our high schoolers and teenage volunteers, see why they have to do this, why it's good for themselves, for the community, not just volunteering or doing anything. It all has to be part, everything has its place and they all have to come together. They're all like different parts of the body that have to work, whether you take care of yourself and teach this and spread the word. So we are looking forward to working and doing more things like this among our volunteers also. And I really appreciate all the passion that Srini has for the cause, as much as we do for like medical care or something. That's what his motive in life is just to spread the word and let more and more people learn. And him being so knowledgeable and experienced in what he does is what makes his approach so unique. So I'm so glad, Srini, to be connected to this group of people and that are participating and working with you and making this come true. So looking forward to working more. Thank you so much.
Dr. Nilima Garu, what a beautiful thing. I think, you give me more credit for this. But as you said, yoga is not about the postures. In fact, in Patanjali Yoga Sutras, there are only 3 sutras were dedicated to asanas. I call them as a circus or gymnastics, right? It's just the glitter. And we're all good at, we can do all kinds of camels and all that kind of stuff. But the thing that really appealed to me when I started studying Patanjali Yoga Sutras, it's all about the mind. And that mind, everything, and we talk about this, even in the medicine, we all believe that everything starts in the mind. And we actually, it's much beyond, yoga is much beyond just about your own well-being. It's about how you can work towards the social well-being, the universal well-being. And I think it's about cultivating that social entrepreneurship so that the youth means, all of us with that attitude can actually create more inclusive outcomes, in healthcare, in education, in arts, and so on and so forth. That's what we refer to as the excellence and the samyama. And that power is the potential. It's achievable by every one of us. Unfortunately, with all the mind and with all the sensory indulgences, we kind of weaken all these pleasures, all these powers. But
Takes us to the mind village.
But I think we can truly, with my partnership with Ekam USA and Pure Online, I'm able to express my journey of the yoga, but also connect with more and more people and share the joy, what I have, and also learn from others. So Nilima Garu, thank you so much. So let's switch gears and let's quickly move on to the third section, where we've listened to some songs and we've listened to some inspiring leaders from Ekam and Pure Online. How about we do a move to entrepreneurship and see a live startup demo? Can we fix that?
Yes.
So what I will invite right now is Muralidhar Somsetti, who is the founder and CEO of a very innovative startup. It's called Yogify. And this is where we are planning to use all the latest technology to make yoga accessible by everybody on their own. You don't need a teacher, but without me divulging all the details, I've been working with Murali for more than a year. So let's bring Murali onto the stage and have him do a quick demonstration of what Yogify is all about. In Apple, we called it a surprise and delight. I hope that it will be a surprise and delight experience.
Yeah, namaste everyone. This is Murali here from India.
Murali, just hold on just 1 second. You can start.
Go
now.
ahead.
Yeah, namaste to everyone. I am Murali from Bangalore, India. So first of all, Srini, thanks for giving me the platform. to share
You need
like that?
Oh, Murli, just a minute. Oh, volume is not coming.
Oh, is it? Okay.
No, it's coming, but I think on the TV it's not coming here. Just a minute.
Oh, okay. No problem. So the third take, I'll be going for the third take.
Murli, can you start?
Murli, can you start? Murli, can you?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear.
Yes, we can hear.
Okay. So namaste everyone. I'm Murli here from Bangalore, India. So Srini, thanks a lot for the wonderful platform here. So I want to start with a small sloka for in the name of Patanjali. Yogena chittasya padena vacha malam sharirasya cha vaidyakenam yopakarotam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjalina natosmi. So I want to quickly share about what I'm going to do today as a demonstration. But before the demonstration, so I think it's a little bit of, kind of, I know that we're talking about the philosophical aspects of yoga and where asana is just one aspect of the overall Ashtanga. But here is a product which is focusing on the asana practice because that's what I believe is the first step towards anybody getting into the path of yoga. So the product is called Yogi5, and please let me know if you are able to hear me okay. Can you able to see the screen? Srini, can somebody confirm if?
Yes.
Okay. So I just want to kind of mention that the product Yogi5 came out of my own life experience when I had severe spine injuries, and how yoga really helped me to come back on track, mainly the asana practice. And so that actually being a techie turned yogi. So I come up with this thought on how about a smart yoga mat, which can actually, be like a teacher's assistant, and as well as the student's motivator or the practitioner, guidance. So here, essentially, what we are trying to do is a platform where both the trainers and the students can connect, and sort of like a community. At the same time, how that practice can be more quantified towards the results. And especially this is where the therapeutic aspect of yoga is coming into the play, where a lot of teachers have adopted also today this technology to see how they get their programs on various health issues are being able to, they can deliver this through Yogify and make sure that the user is able to practice or the student is able to practice. So we got quite a few awards and recognitions, so I will not spend time on it. Maybe Srini, we can share this offline. So I'll just jump right into the demo. But before the demo, just a quick overview: what is Yogify? Essentially, Yogify is trying to bring the best of online and the offline class experience, unifying both of that into a product, which is a combination of a mat as well as an app. And essentially, the mat is embedded with sensors. And don't worry, these are not any electronic kind of sensors. This is something very deeply rooted in our ancient science, and that's basically using the basic fundamentals of copper and other elements which are very strongly connected to the earth. So that's the main flexible sensors. That's what we got a few innovations and inventions also with the patents granted there. And essentially it works like any other regular mat. You can roll it and take it anywhere. And what does this do is, like, there is a lot of data coming from the system, the mat, which helps in understanding the postures, how well they're able to do, and the weight distribution, the alignment, and at the basic level, just the practice motivator. If they're able to step onto the mat regularly, how long they're able to spend on the practice and what they are doing. And we also work with wearables like the Apple Watch for the biofeedback, mainly on the vitals, the heart rate, and other vitals that we can collect. So, and the app is actually offering freemium programs where a lot of programs from various teachers, both in India and US, they can actually create programs, and the programs can be delivered through the app, like any other class. And of course, there are some various options for a user where they can get it in the teacher's voice, or they can get it in any other voice that the system can provide. Okay. And with that, this is the app. I'm going to quickly show the app first, quick to help you understand what we are trying to do. So you're able to see the screen. Oh, sorry,
We see your video, but we cannot see the screen if you're sharing it. But now we see the video, yes.
Okay. So this is the app that we have where various programs are curated, and behind every program, there's a trainer, and who is a trainer, and what are the benefits and all that, and what are the postures they can try, and what is the class all about. After every program, we also have some meditations, so which is actually like encouraging the small cool down and a meditation sequence. And also based on the practice every day, we also recommend certain postures to be learned and how it to be done in a step-by-step fashion. So this is mainly the app, and you can actually see the progress on a day-to-day basis, which days we have come, what has been the practice, somewhat little bit also for the kids. Actually, there are a lot of people liking, the kids are liking because there are badges and some gamification there. And there is a community here where people can connect with each other, inspire each other with their practice. Okay. And finally, there are certain configurations that user can do, the more like preferences. So we do have a lot of flexibility for user, where they can turn off certain corrections which happen also in real time, so that they can see after the session what is the posture analysis like, and share that practice with the trainers as well as with the fellow people, the community there. So here, so there are asana corrections, asana motivations. So for every asana, there is a motivational element also. And so that way people, while they're holding the posture, we give the benefits of the asana. So just like any other class. So that's about it. And I'll quickly jump to the demo. It's a small demo. I'll not take much of time. So by the way, we are attempting a small world record tomorrow on the yoga day from this is America Book of Records for the most people practicing virtually, because that's the time we are going through, especially in India. So to promote yoga at home, and so the Ministry of Ayush has actually lauded our efforts in promoting yoga, and this is the small attempt to see if we can get more people onto this app or even to the virtual online platform. Okay. So I'm going to show a quick simple sequence. It's part of kind of sun salutation sequence, part of it, so that it is a quick demonstration. So when a user starts here, I'm not going to go through all the pairing part, but I think this is the product here. Quickly, we can see the mat, and we have a small LED there, which shows some indication about what the mat status is. If it is coming up, or if it is during the real time, also it gives you some color indication. I hope you can see. And this is the mat we are having now in the market, which many people are using. And this is a small skin or kind of cotton or any kind of layers which users are comfortable with, and they can layer it on top of it. Okay. So this is also something that we are putting together as a product. Let me quickly, just bring it up. So the app also has this computer vision. I'm not going to show the computer vision part of it, like, basically for the upper body alignment and all. Here in this demo, I'm going to show this device facing you so that you can see what is happening during the session, and also the indication on the mat. Sorry, Srini, if I'm going over the time, so please let me know.
No, that's fine.
You're all good.
Anything you want to add before I go over for the demo? Or I'm just jumping to the demo now. Okay. So user clicks begin practice. And there's a calibration step which happens based on the body weight or any changes, but we're going to skip it for now.
Welcome to Yogify.
You can see. So we have a start. We'll start with the breathing pattern, which we, as we load the program, we encourage a few breathing practice there. I'm going to keep it like this.
Namaste. Welcome to the foundation.
So I'm going to skip the introduction part in the interest of time. And this is a warm-up, which I'm going to skip it.
Let's begin with round 1.
And this is going to be done in 3 rounds.
Yogify prepares you.
I'm going to show only 2 rounds.
Trainer's instructions and takes it easy on the posture correction by simply tracking without any feedback. Plank pose. Let's start with plank pose. Keep your palms shoulder width apart and feet together. Keep your core engaged.
I'm not going to step on the mat.
Please step onto the mat and perform the posture. Eight limbs pose. Exhale, move the knees, chest and chin down, keeping the elbows close to your body and hips up. Comfort pose. Inhale, slide forward, moving the head and chest up till the navel. Keep your elbows close to the body. Mountain pose. Exhale, tuck your toes and move the hips up. Try to place your palms firm on the mat and heels down on the mat. Good to see you. In the second round, Yogify levels up your practice by providing correctional feedback, thus helping you to stretch the right muscles and loosen up.
I'm going to keep the feet away.
Plank pose. Let's start with plank pose.
Back side.
Keep your palms shoulder width apart and feet together. Keep your core engaged. Excellent hold. Continue to work those core muscles. 8 limbs pose.
Feet together.
Exhale, move the knees, chest and chin down.
So here I'm not
Keeping
coming all the way down.
Close to your body and hips up. Attempt to keep your toes tucked in, knees, chest and chin on the mat. Cobra pose. Inhale, slide forward.
So you should get an idea now.
And chest up.
Basically based on the body posture and alignment.
Close to the body. Slide forward and come up to your abdomen. Beautiful cobra posture.
So it understands the alignment, also the body weight distribution there.
Mountain pose.
And in the mountain pose,
Tuck your toes and move the hips up. Try to place your palms firm on the mat and heels down on the mat. Try to keep your together. Try to keep your big toes together. In the final round, Yogi-Fi makes you hold a little longer.
So I'm going to skip it now. I think this is just to give you an idea.
And maximize the accuracy.
And after the posture, after the session is done, it gives you a posture analysis report, and that can be shared with the teacher or even with the community. So any of your friends or family. So essentially, that's the demo, Srini. And especially small details of asana practice here. If you look at Adho Mukha Svanasana, and the difference between the Parvatasana and this one, right? Like if you understand the details, so it kind of guides you based on that, the differences there, if somebody is not following it correctly. Okay, that's about the demo. So yeah, if user is not on the mat, it is giving that given identification there. So that's about it. That's about the demo. So thank you.
Thank you, Murali, for the fantastic demo of Yogify. And for all of us, Murali should serve as an inspiration. And this company, it is one of the very advanced technologies. It's a smart mat that is on so many special electromagnetic, sensors, and it has AI, it has vision, it has AR, and all this stuff they are actually doing out of Bangalore. And initially they were procuring all the materials from China. Now they've actually trying to put up a fab in India. They were recognized as one of the fastest innovation company in India, and recognized by Google, Apple, and Amazon, and they are in the accelerators. And all of this, they're actually doing that with very little money. And every time Murali, shares, the progress that they're making on yoga and the simulation. If you look at it, what Yogify is, very simply, it's like the Khan Academy for yoga. It allows anybody to pursue mastery-based mastery-based learning in the yoga with an assistant. So, like for example, if somebody who want to own this Yogify mat, they could literally come in and say, like, okay, I want to take Srini's class, I want to take Shailash's class, or I want to take Sriram's class, or whoever, Vamshi's class, and then the mat guides you to how to actually perfect to exactly this. Today when we are teaching the yoga, we do not really know how the kids are actually doing. It's very technically impossible to know whether everybody is putting the right fingers, alignment, and everything there. This is where the technology and the human ingenuity come together to actually help us in pursue excellence. And we should all be extremely proud that Murali, like the people, is what YEC is all about. Murali is an inspirational YEC leader. So thank you, Murali, and I think we're going to see this your yoga mat in many households and many people. So with that, to continue with the spirit of entrepreneurship, I have the honor and privilege and to introduce my boss, Brad Freitag, who is the CEO of Claris, the local division at Apple. And Brad, I work so closely with Brad to the Claris, and he has such a broad perspective on the inclusivity and the diversity. So without me saying much, I would love to hear from Brad. Brad, all yours.
Thank you so much, Srini. Can you hear me okay? Is the audio working?
Yes, we can hear you.
1 second. Not the iPad, it's the other one.
We're doing both live and streamed, so we're coordinating both audios.
Great. Everything, we're okay? Good to
Yes,
go, I think?
we can see you really clear. Yep.
Great. Srini, it's wonderful to be here. I am honored and privileged, and thank you so much for the invitation. It's so nice to be able to celebrate International Yoga Day with all of you. So thank you for having me. I'll really share an experience that has been profound for me throughout my profession, in that I've spent my entire career in technology and had really this beautiful opportunity to work with incredibly diverse teams throughout my career. Right now, when I look at my organization, we have large organizations in Beijing, Tokyo, Sydney, Australia, over in Germany, France, England, here in the US, and we attract this incredible talent from all over the world. So in some ways, my industry has been influenced by the reality that in order to be competitive, we have to be diverse. We have to embrace diversity. We need that sort of talent to succeed. And I'm fortunate because I look at a lot of industries, careers, vocations, that's not necessarily the case. Now that I've been able to do this for 25 years, I've also had the opportunity to really get to know the people, right? Beyond working together, sharing each other's talents behind a work mission, there has been this opportunity to explore each other's cultures, to travel together, for all of us to express ourselves and to learn to express each other. And for somebody who grew up in the United States and lived in a relatively sheltered life, I spent most of my time in Colorado, and most people looked like me and acted like me. It really shatters a lot of ignorance to have the opportunity to meet with so many people and explore their intellect and what drives their innovation, their curiosity, and the results for us are so profound over and over that the lessons are learned of what an advantage it becomes for teams when diversity is celebrated, when everybody can show up every day being exactly who they are, and knowing that exactly who we are, some of who I am is attractive, other parts of it are not. I have good days, I have bad days, and what I try to remember is that everybody in the organization operates that exact same way. And so if they can come to work on a day where they're at a low, when they're not performing well, when they're not behaving perhaps the way they want to behave, and they know that they can be embraced and accepted by each of us at work, then I think we create a wonderful workplace. One area in particular where I have really focused my energy, and it comes from now a 25-year career in technology, where I know I've been fortunate and I know I've had great opportunities. And as my parents have taught me, when much is given, much is expected. So I've been able to focus a lot of energy on working with my teams to figure out ways to reach even more diverse forms of talent. And in some cases, what we've learned is that it's socioeconomic that restricts people from the opportunity to work and to step into technology careers. And so we've spent the last few years really breaking boundaries in finding smart, driven, intelligent people who didn't had limited access to education, limited financial resources. But I have just been blown away in the discoveries of how bright, driven, and talented they are. Our parent company is Apple, and Apple has opened up a whole set of academies across the world where they provide a 2-year coding-only education to qualified individuals. And for us, that has opened up the possibility to find people from all over South America, Asia, Europe, who never would have had any possibility to work in the technology industry otherwise. And we'll close here momentarily and share one of the best stories I've experienced. Through all of this, I met a younger woman from Eastern Europe who grew up in a war-torn country with very limited economic opportunity. The country was depressed, inflation was high, their currency was destroyed. But this woman, Alina, she's just incredibly bright and driven. She had an opportunity to learn little bit of technology. She knew when she was young, she was very capable at advanced math. She just had discovered that about herself, but had nearly lost any perspective on what she might be able to do with that. We were able to bring her through the academy, and confronted by all the challenges she's seen, Once she got into the academy, she absolutely excelled, had a brilliant kind of academic path. The coursework was so easy for her in many ways. She couldn't, but she embraced it. She loved every part of it. Was hired by actually a partner in the IT ecosystem. She did a phenomenal job with them. And I'm, on a personal level, really fulfilled to have discovered recently, she was hired by my parent company, Apple, as an engineer. And so when I spoke with her, just for her to describe this journey of coming from war-torn Europe, having no dreams, no possibilities of participating in all the exciting things happening in a company like Apple, how far she's come is really rewarding for her. It's fulfilling for me. But it really, as much as anything, it's about doing good while doing well, because through all of this, it's this virtuous cycle of she helps our team, she helps our organization. She's able to help her family, and she's off to a brilliant start. So I am very fortunate to be able to work with people like Srini who share these values of doing more to reach out, recognizing what diversity can bring in the way of new ideas and new innovation to our team. And ultimately the really powerful kind of culture and ethos of building an inclusive culture. So the fact that Srini would ask me to join and celebrate this International Yoga Day with you about this particular theme is very touching for me and a great honor. So I'm very appreciative. Thank you for the opportunity to join. And Srini, I will pass it back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insights. And I know how much you care about inclusivity in the area of innovation. And for the rest of us, I refer to Brad as my twin brother. We both traveled around the world for about 2 months. We went to every country and we shared a meal almost every day together. And I was sharing some of my roots and my culture. Sometimes I celebrate poverty, and Brad would joke about that. But the most important thing is Brad is very tall, and then I'm like small, tiny, petite dude. And one of my best memorable experiences, I had Brad do a standing go. Michelle, I know I see you smiling. I have had Brad do a standing go. I have some pictures of that, so you'll be very proud of that. Brad, thank you so much for sharing and celebrating this yoga day with all of us. And please continue to say. Then next in the line is I'm super honored to introduce a very young entrepreneur, a community leader, and I'm waiting to see her expression on the world stage. She already gave a talk on TikTok, so it's my pleasure and honor to introduce Sanjana Modi. Sanjana, all yours.
Thank you so much, Srini, for having me here. And thank you for that amazing introduction. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you again for having me at this amazing and inspiring event. I'd like to start off by introducing myself to the people who don't know. My name is Sanjana Buddhi, and I am a rising junior at Rutgers University, studying IT with a concentration in data management, analytics, and information visualization with a minor in political science. I know it's quite a bit, but my career aspirations don't have anything to do with my truest of passions, volunteering and giving back to the community. At the age of 15, my mother and I decided to start a branch of a nonprofit called the People for Urban and Rural Education. And with the assistance of Ms. Shailata Alluri, who is here today, was able to give an amazing speech. We were able to expand to 35 chapters across the country. While I started off as a student director who helped to fundraise, inspire students to give back, and gather volunteers, I've been lucky enough to continue my journey with Pure as the director of Pure Youth Fem. Pure Youth Fem is a menstruation campaign that is dedicated towards addressing and ending period poverty in developing countries. One thing that I always like to remind people, especially the newest ambassadors in Pure, is to understand what they can truly gain from their volunteering experience. While some students may join Pure simply to gain volunteer hours, people don't understand how truly beneficial their journey can be. I'm currently interning at a large pharmaceutical company for about 40 hours a week while taking a course at night in order to advance my education. As you all probably know, this can be extremely draining and stressful, which is why taking time out of your day to focus on improving and centering yourself is so crucial. Centering yourself helps you to take a moment of self-reflection to concentrate on bettering yourself. Centering yourself also allows you to be more in tune with and aware of your feelings, as well as your general mind-body well-being. This will also help you deal with tough emotional situations in your future. Whether it is remembering to breathe mindfully, be present, or be aware, take some time out of your day to practice yoga, breathing exercises, or even take a walk outdoors. Pause to acknowledge all of the senses wherever you are. What do you see, feel, smell, taste, and hear? Being aware in this way fosters a sense of mindfulness. As all of you are aware, mindfulness is a state of active, open attention to the present. This state is described as observing one's thoughts and feelings without judging them as good or bad. In order to achieve success, you need to put yourself first and be the best version of yourself so that you can make sure that you take time to practice some of these exercises and help others learn how to be their best versions as well. Now, I would like to take some time to shift my focus to social entrepreneurship, my personal passion. This is a term that you probably have heard here and there, but I'd like to provide you with an official definition. Social entrepreneurship is an approach by individuals, groups, startup companies, or entrepreneurs in which they develop, fund, implement solutions to social, cultural, or environmental changes. Within my nonprofit, we have reinforced the idea of uplifting women in underserved communities by doing more than just providing them with temporary support. We have worked to invest in businesses that will not only benefit the workers in local communities, but will benefit the local towns as a whole. By setting up factories in order to produce pads and employing women in those communities to work, we are not only empowering them and teaching them how to end the taboo around menstruation, we are also helping them bring change to their towns. They will help to produce valuable goods to the people who are menstruating in their local areas while earning a fair salary. Again, without taking time to center myself, understand myself, and truly know how much support I have in my life, I would not be able to be here and help give back. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak.
Beautiful.
You can talk.
Yeah, I think Sanjana, thank you so much. One of the things that you talked about, how to be mindfulness with all the senses. Most of the time, we don't actually, when we smell, we don't actually be aware of what you're smelling. When you're eating, we're not even aware of it. We only experience life at about 10%. And what you actually talked about is be in that moment, be with their senses. In fact, Patanjali, Sage Patanjali actually have a Yoga Sutra for this. Vishayavativa Prabhuti Utpanna Manasa Nibandhana. It's like when you actually practice oneness with any one of the sensory thing, that's how you can actually get perfection in your mindfulness. So without knowing Yoga Sutras, you already talk like a Patanjali, the young Patanjali. So you have more to do in the social entrepreneurship. So thank you for inspiring us, and I definitely see you play an active role whenever we get some time from your online. But I think we'll find some additional 20 hours. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity again, and I'm so glad to be a part of this amazing day.
Excellent. So now that we've been doing talking, how about we switch over to Nairoshi as some time for one more song. We'll do one more quick song, and then we'll move to just one second. Michelle, do you have some time? I see. So why don't we do one song? Nairoshi, are you there?
Yes, I'm available.
Here. Yeah, please.
Oh.
Okay, so first of all, I just want to thank all of you for some of the lovely comments. And somebody asked about the previous prayer that I sang about the rag. So for those of you who are aware of Hindustani classical, that particular prayer was in rag Kedar. And it was actually a beautiful prayer. I don't know if you guys know the meaning, but it was asking the Almighty for strength to gain victory over our minds. And I noticed that some of the topics you guys are talking about is about controlling your mind, so I thought that's perfect. Then this next prayer I'm going to sing is in Rag Yaman. I hope you enjoy it. Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhaj Man Haran Bhava Bhaya Darunam. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhaj Man Haran Bhava Bhaya Darunam. Nava Kanjalochana Kanja Mukha Kara Kanja Pada Kanjarunam. Shri Ram, Shri Ram. कंदर्प अगणित अमित छवि नवनील नीरद सुंदरम पटपीतमान तरित रुचि शुचि नौमि जनक सुतावरम. श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरन भव भय दारुणम. श्री राम, श्री राम. भज दीन बंधु दिनेश दानव दैत्य वंश निखंदनम. रघुनंद आनंद कंद कौशल चंद्र दशरथ नंदनम. श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरन भव you so much to all of you for listening, and thank you to Srini ji for inviting me here today. Thank you so much.
Okay, now say. Now talk.
Thank you so much for joining us. What a beautiful song.
Thank you.
And also the track from Gucci and really, really well. Thank you so much for joining us and celebrating with us. So now I have the honor and pleasure to introduce my mentor, who really, really taught me how to do yoga the right way, who also built the resilience in me. And none other than Michelle. Michelle. Thank you so much.
Michelle, you're muted.
Okay, can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I can't see you.
They're working on getting the video back up, but we can hear you and see you just fine.
Okay. All right. Well, hi, everyone. I'm incredibly honored to be participating in such an event with this project and this endeavor that Srini has chosen to bring principles of yoga to entrepreneurship. I just can't think of a better marriage. I've gotten to know Srini more and more over the years. And you know, Srini, I always come away knowing you more and how genuine your heart really is. I admire your vulnerability, your courage in overcoming obstacles, and you're amazing. And if you guys don't know, his amazing discipline to yoga and the devotion to his own personal practice, and your constant devotion, Srini, to me and to Bikram Yoga San Jose. You truly are an example of light in the world. I own a yoga studio. It's called Bikram Yoga San Jose. I opened it in 2003. I can't believe it's going to be almost 20 years. I found that in order for yoga principles, moral principles to work, they have to be discovered and then believed by each one of us. It was common back in 2003 for many people to come to yoga only for physical reasons, reasons of exercise and reasons of recovery of an injury. But in a short period of time, I always found that the reasons why people came to yoga changed. Something was shifting that was even greater than the physical body, and it was the mind. Yoga is amazing. It uses the body as a medium to train the mind. And in our case, 90 minutes, you have no choice but to put the mind that you come into class with, we call it a monkey mind, right? Where it's swinging from one thought to another, is on hold as the intensity of the practice demands that you stay present with instructions of, you know, palms together, arms over your head, locking the knee. But after 90 minutes, students walk out feeling blissful, less stressed, and in many cases, forgetting what was on their mind when they came into class in the first place. Freedom. Making space. Detaching from the strongholds of your mind, resulting in a shift in perspective and opening up to more insights. This is the practice of yoga. As simple as it might sound, it's so profound that over time, with resilience, perseverance, you learn not only that you can let go, but that you can control the mind. June 21st is only the 6th year of the International Day of Yoga as sanctioned by the UN in 2015. But what I thought was interesting was in September of 2014, there was a gentleman, I'm going to read it to you, Narendra Modi. He was the UN General Assembly. he was pleading for an International Day of Yoga, and this is what he said. Yoga is an invaluable gift of India's ancient tradition. It embodies unity of mind and body, thought and action, restraint and fulfillment, harmony between man and nature, a holistic approach to health and well-being. It is not about exercise, but to discover the sense of oneness with yourself, the world, and the nature. By changing our lifestyle and creating consciousness, it can help in well-being. Let us work towards adopting an International Yoga Day. So in other words, this guy knew that if we were to advance mankind, that we all need to know that the power in which we seek is within. Yoga is the tool for that discovery, for that development, and for that contribution. Constantly doing yoga daily creates good habits, which develops character, which changes behavior, which fulfills destiny. The more yoga, the more, and you guys know this, the more you question why you're here, what is the point of my life, and more so, what is my part in this journey that we're doing here together? Congratulations, Srini, as you put together, in my estimation, maybe the first deliberate center focused on tying business with yogic principles and its right action, so it cannot fail. Thank you.
Michelle, thank you so much for your words, and very profound the way you connected how the yoga is all about uniting your mind, body, and the thought, and then from there you do the action. Patanjali says, Yogasta Guru Karmani. First you establish a harmony in that unison, then you go act. Most of the time you're not establishing harmony, and then you're acting, causing some kind of violence within and violence around us. And yoga is all about bringing harmony within and around us. And none could exemplify this more than you, Michelle. I know your life journey, how you overcame adversity at many different junctures,
yes,
including the recent COVID, and your big dreams, and how you want to share this with more people. But every time you have the positive attitude. Everybody in the community, they can look up to you for that resilience. And what a great resilient leader you have been. And for many of the people around me that gets mesmerized with my yoga moves, like that full standing bow and this stuff, every one of the technique, every inch is probably credited to you. Right? Those people that read about the 90 minutes in the hot yoga, we spend 2 hours in Sundays. 2 hours. And we prosecute every step in every technique. And I could not even imagine that I could even participate in a yoga championship or yoga competitions. But the way you encouraged me and took me all the way to national level. And this is the kind of leadership that we need. And I really hope that you continue to be a best mentor and partner with me and realize our collective vision. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Always with you, Srini.
And I now have the honor to introduce to all of you the contemporary, the business Patanjali. His name is none other than Rajesh Shetty. Rajesh Shetty has a divine wisdom where he gets revealed with a sutra like a napkin, which he calls it as a napkin site that we can all use in our day-to-day life and in entrepreneurship. So without me saying anything further about my guru, Rajesh Shetty, here is Rajesh for all of you.
Namaskaram, Srini, and every one of you. I'm so excited to be here. Can you all hear me, Srini?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Excellent. So I'm so excited to be here, and I saw Michelle. I had not seen her before. It's fantastic to know who Srini's guru is, I'm excited to meet with her as well. I'll share a couple of things. Hopefully this will be useful to you. I always knew about yoga and meditation when I learned it in 2007 from my teacher. I asked her a question at the end of it. I asked her, if I want to do this for every single day for the rest of my life, how many days should I do it? And as soon as I finished asking that question, I said, what a stupid question this is. If I have to do it for the rest of my life, I have to do it every single day. Sorry, my question should have been, if I want to make it a practice for so that I do it every single day, how long does it take to do it? And the teacher, her name is Namat, and she's in Canada now. She said, I think she knows how to make, especially men, take on a challenge. And she said, I know, I'll tell you, but I don't think you can do it. And that's all you need to tell a man, right? So we said, no, I'll do it. You tell me what is it. And she said, for the next 6 months, you should do this practice. It takes about 40 minutes. You should do this practice morning and evening. And there is only one simple request, that for the 3 hours before the practice, you should not have anything in your stomach. So maybe some water, but that's about it. And you cannot give me an excuse that you are traveling, all this, nothing. So for the next 6 months, I wanted to prove to her that I will not give up. And if I'm in an airport, wherever it is, I would carry a yoga mat. And then at that time, people would look at me like, what's this guy doing? And I didn't want to drop the promise. I just kept doing it. And now it's 2021. I've skipped only 2 days from 2007 to 2021. And I didn't know what was because it became a habit, because after doing it for 6 months, my teacher said, you can do it only once if you want. And at that time, it's like, it's so easy, only once in the day. And I didn't know what was the effect of it, positive effect of it, until after about 5 years or so, people would say, how are you so calm all the time? And I said, I'm just me. What is the difference? I wouldn't know it internally, but other people would know it. So that's the power of it. And I decided that if I have to make anything a habit, so first thing I always tell people, especially young people, if you want to make something a habit, you have to stop calling it a habit. Because the moment you call it a habit, right, what happens is it looks like work. So basically nobody wants to do the work, right? So basically I say, why don't you do a being upgrade? Because you are being now 1.0. When you upgrade to being 2.0, the new whatever you wanted to call the habit is, it's already part of you. Let's say, imagine you are doing a software upgrade from version 3 to version 4. And version 4 has some features. Once you install the version 4 will not say, I'm doing more work here. It does not say it. The new feature is part of version 4. It does not behave as if there's no work. It's just being ease. It's just being. So like when I started writing, I made up this point that I'll write 1 page every single day. So right now I have written 17 books. I keep writing 1 page every single day. It's been about 41 years. And if I publish everything I write, because not all of them is good. If I publish everything I write, people will think this guy is jobless. He can't do anything else. He keeps writing. But what happens once it becomes a part of you, it stops becoming work. Because nobody, if you think about it, nobody says, oh God, finished. I brushed my teeth today. Nobody says that, because everybody does it every single day and it's part of you. Nobody says anything that is like, nobody comes to the office and says, oh, you know what? I had to get down the stairs. I had to walk to the car. I had to start the car. All of them are completely become involuntary. So whenever you think of a positive habit or whatever you want to call it a habit, you just put it in your mind that it's now a being upgrade. In the new version, it's there. That's it. There is no other thing to do, because it's not work. And the moment I learned it from a linguistic philosophy teacher, that the way you define something determines how you deal with it. Suppose you take one of your some new acquaintance. The moment you call them an acquaintance, you decide how much of a boundary they can cross between your personal and official and surface level and deep question and all those things. The same person you call them a friend, you now give them extra access into your boundaries, what you call your private space. Suppose you call the same person best friend for life, then he or she has better access. Suppose you say he's just like part of my family, then he has more access. Then you call this person my brother or sister from my other mother, you have more access. But the person is the same, but how you define the person determines how you will deal with that person, how that person can deal with you. So you always think, anything in life, I always think, how am I labeling it? I can label it for my getting more power to contribute more, or I can label it to have less power to contribute less. So just as a thought experiment, imagine anything that happens in your life, you have only two labels you can assign to it. One, either it's a gift or it's a lesson. That's it. There is nothing else you can do. Somebody said you had something with your boss or anything, something happened at work. You have only two labels to assign. It's a gift or a lesson. You can try it for just 1 week and you will see that there's nothing to complain. If it is a gift, you will celebrate it. If it's a lesson, it taught you something so you can learn and become better. Nothing else to do, right? So that's why the last time I got angry, I don't remember it. So why? Because I have only two labels. It's a gift or a lesson. And sometimes it could be both, right? So you come to this place and you can say, what a gift that Srini is created for all of us. And also it's a lesson to see how we can get inspired from this. And whatever we want to do, how can we do something to draw inspiration from this and use it in our own life? So it could be a gift or a lesson, or it could be both, gift and a lesson. That's all I had to say. Thank you so much, Srini, for inviting me here, and wish you all of you the very best.
Thank you so much. To many of you that do not know, he is blessed with a very every day when he wakes up, it's a meditation, and then there is an idea, a concept that dawns on him, and which he translates into a very interesting picture and one sentence. It's a very profound knowledge insight that you could actually use in our professional career or also personal life. And what Rajesh refers to all of us as the merchants of infinite possibilities. The merchants of infinite possibilities. And we're all here to connect with each other and magnify or amplify our overall network. Some universal blocks, we all have some universal blocks. How we connect together to create more better outcomes. In fact, last year during the COVID time, he's written a book, author, right? So many books. One of his books is about his own journey and how he overcame an adversity, but particularly how he situation into a new opportunity. The book name is Unshaken. To me, it's almost as profound as reading Satya Nadella. Rajesh, thank you for being my Thal Guru, and we hope for you to continue to give us this knowledge inside. Thank you. That's what we have, and we had one more. We have one more purpose, one more person that's supposed to speak, but he is unable to join. And then I have another best friend. In fact, his name is Doug Dooley, who's been previously a venture capitalist. Now he's the president of a company called Data. And Doug Dooley and I go back way back to 2002 at a startup called Neopolis, and we traveled together. That is the reason why Brad and I got connected, and we both know him really well. and Doug was supposed to speak, and he's on a plane right now. But he did share a video, but since it's come in and address live in our YEC. One of the things that he shared in his talk, he actually said one of the things he wanted, well, definitely wanted to be part of this event. One of the things that he shared with is exactly the same questions, like, what is my life? Do you want to live for fame? Do you want to live for a purpose? And then there's a construct in the practices Japanese, the construct called ikigami, where when what we love, what we passion, what brings us resources, when they are all lying together, that's the ikigami, and that's a model that uses. And I know Brad and I also talked about the ikigami model, and that's something that we could perhaps delve deeper into in one of the future entrepreneurship series at the YEC. So I know we've far exceeded our time, and I have some closing thoughts. But before we do that, do any of the kids want to do any music performance? Suju, you want to
play? No, one time.
Just one.
Just one.
This
Yeah.
Mahesh?
This is Mahesh one.
So I would love to introduce, just like how we've seen many youth pursue excellence. I also am here to introduce Sujit, and he's a budding musician, and he actually somehow got passionate about music, and he now teaches music to several kids here in Texas, and he also participates in many concerts. Love for him to share one of his performances. So, Joe.
Bluetooth connected.
Kavya, are you going to say anything while we are waiting for Suju? You want to open up your video?
Yeah, Shavya, you should say some few words.
Kavya, open your video.
Bluetooth disconnected.
Okay.
Hey everyone.
Can we
zoom on her? Zoom on her. Pin her. Can you pin her?
And
We are zooming on you, Shavya. Now.
Great.
So everybody, this is Shavya that several of you know. Shavya is my sister. I think that's probably Shavya, you want to say a few words?
Sure, I can say a few words. You have to mute yourself. Yeah, okay, cool. Hi everyone, I'm Shavya. I'm Shruti's sister, the MC, who helped put a lot of this together today. Yeah, I guess thank you all for coming and for being patient with the ups and downs. As my dad says, we practice a lot and put a lot of preparation into the event, and we're very excited to kick off the Youth Excellence Center. But probably one of his best excellence words and messages to us always is practice a ton, but don't be attached to the outcome. So amidst the world with COVID and everything else, we all are very flexible with audio and video and everything like that. So it's awesome that we're still able to bring everyone from India and Canada and all across the US together for this. And yeah, I'm really excited to have all of you here. So thank you. And I've really enjoyed speaking to a lot of the speakers in the backstage. Nana, you're muted.
Without saying much about she being my daughter, but she's one that I've traveled very closely together, and where I've actually seen the samyama play out in front of me. Samyama, as we talked about in the yoga, is the ultimate power that we can get in the yoga. What it requires is, as Prakash Rao said, it requires simultaneous application of three skills. One is dharana, which is intense concentration. The second one is dhyana, which is meditation. Whatever you're pursuing, that is the only flow of thought that you are involved in. And then the last one is samadhi. you're so involved and immersed in whatever you're pursuing that you lose your own identity. And this is what we see athletes do, like Sachin Tendulkar or Dhoni or whoever is pursuing excellence in their craft. They actually lose their identity in the pursuit of whatever they're trying to accomplish. And I'm so honored and I could share the joy with Kavya to see her pursue that excellence in some of her pursuits, whether it's dance, or music, or academic excellence, or even social entrepreneurship. She spent 2 summers in Gujarat and UP in trying to study young women that go through gender-based violence in tough circumstances, but she always plays a part of it. And Shravya, thank you so much, and I hope you get some time freed up to participate in the YEC and give us a few hours. Thank you.
What happened to airplane? You ready, Suju? Is it connected?
Now to Suju.
Wait.
It's not.
Oh. Should come back.
Bluetooth connected.
Play something else.
Bluetooth disconnected. Bluetooth connected. Bluetooth disconnected.
Oh, why don't you make this session? There is a TV.
After the song, then we'll conclude with a
All right, thank you all for your patience. I just want to play like a quick song from a popular movie called Swedish. It's called A Gator Day to Take Care Of. You might have heard it. You can sing along if you want. Feel free to do that. I hope you enjoy it.
You will be louder than us, man.
I can try to sing along.
It looks like their Wi-Fi cut out for a few minutes, but they're getting right back on.
And thank you so much for all of you to join us so patiently and to be part of the IEC kickoff. How can you be part of this movement? And I think, the way I look at it is this is like a two-sided marketplace, just like a Uber. All of you, if you are an excellence provider, if you have something in excellence, whether it's piano or music or entrepreneurship, any discipline that will have something to offer to the world, come join us. And then all of us can also be the excellence consumers in whatever the specialty. So just like in the Uber, all of us can be the drivers and riders. And this is the platform. This is less about me. at this time we have some facilities, a beautiful ranch here in Frisco, Texas, but it's not bounded to a physicality. It's actually a virtual. So those people that want to come here on the weekends, there is a nice place to practice the mind control. And then there is also one room dedicated for entrepreneurship. If you actually go see the next room, there are all kinds of management books, and where we plan to have some youth entrepreneurship series where we're going to talk about different paradigms, growth mindset, resilience, and crossing the chasm, or even look at some of the inspiring social entrepreneurs like Sal Khan from Canada. So what we want to do is, it's not just an intellectual stimulation. Every week we will have a workshop. What are the insights, actions, and outcomes? And we're going to try and apply it to our daily life. And what are the new outcomes that we're going to create? So we're going to start the entrepreneurship series, but to be able to succeed in that, we first have to control our mind. So that's the vision. We want to bring the yogic powers to be successful in the social entrepreneurship. And all of us are equal contributors. This Youth Excellence Center is not mine. This is ours. And I'm as equity stakeholder as yours. So any idea, as long as it's bounded by the YEMA and YEMA, universal human values. If somebody would want to teach how to make alcohol, perhaps that's not the problem. But anything that is socially well processed, that's actually good. And I'm here thrilled with Ramakant ji, who is his son came in this morning, and there are about 12 beautiful trees, and some of them aged for about 20 to 25 years. And we planted each tree with a theme. If you actually go watch there is one tree known as Ahimsa, non-violence tree. One tree there is Satya, truthful tree. So the universal human values are now being created. So again, we want to create this as an experience, and an experience that people could come here physically or virtually. But our shared goal is about social entrepreneurship and pursuit of excellence. It's something that we are not going to pursue excellence. We might as well not actually do it. The humans, we are people to reach excellence with that. So thank you all for sharing your wisdom, and the journey just started, and let's all see where it's going to flow. So let me say the final prayer, and then with that we'll conclude. Everybody, please gently close your eyes. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhaveet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We wish everybody to be happy. We wish everybody to be free of sorrow and illness. We wish everybody to see only auspicious things, and let there be peace everywhere. With these wonderful thoughts, thank you again, and have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.